Alright friends, here is going to be another quick tutorial on how to use shading to create the illusion of space. We're going to do a simple sphere to show the different values that's on your handout here. The first thing you want to do is get a accurate proportion of your sphere, right? So I'm going to figure out how big to draw my circle within the frame. So I'm going to use my reference here on the left to figure that out. Then I'm going to lightly as I possibly can, draw a circle that represents the outside edge. So once I have the outside edge drawn out, rather lightly, I'm going to go ahead and start to add some of the values. Actually, first I'm going to draw this shadow underneath using an ellipse. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with the darkest values first. I actually make a small little value scale on the outside of my sphere. That way I have a reference. Right, I want to see if I can get all of these different values inside my sphere to make it look realistic and three-dimensional. So I start doing a value scale first for practice and just to kind of get a feel of how dark or light or how hard I have to press with my pencil. And once I'm done with my value scale here, I'm going to start to add in some values inside the sphere. I'm going to speed up the video to make this a little bit quicker to show you how I'm going to shade in and layer in the values inside the sphere. Alright, so the next step is to start to add in values, right? And again, this is sped up, so I'm just going to quickly talk over the video here. Kind of adding a ellipse to the top where my lightest values are going to be, and then I just start where the shadow, the darkest part of the shadow, but I don't press too hard. I'm thinking about shading in midtones first. I'm not going to press really hard and try to get the values, you know, as close as I can in the photograph. I'd rather layer it in. So I'm going to quickly layer in some of the values for each section. So at this point in the video, I have a good amount of value laid in. I have a shadow value in there, and I have all the shadow values, but it's not that dark. So now I'm going to go back in with the second layer and try to make some of the values darker so that the reflected light will stand out, right? The area that's going to be separated between the shadow and the object. And I can make some of my core shadow and cast shadow values a little bit darker. at this point. I'm just trying to touch things up, add some craftsmanship, maybe even make the cast shadow even a little bit darker, adding in some erasing some of the areas that the highlights in and smoothing out some of the light values near the highlight.